What's up everybody, it's Sean here and I'm back today to give you guys a review of the Concepts New Balance 740 in this Brut colorway. This is the latest project between Concepts and New Balance, which is a follow-up to their Saunier colorway that released last year. So this one is also wine or champagne themed, being nicknamed the Brut colorway, which for those who aren't into wine or champagne, basically describes a drier type of sparkling wine. So this colorway released a couple weeks back and they retailed for $120 US, which is roughly 170 Canadian dollars converted. The product code is U740CO2 and the official colorway for this shoe is Pine Grove, Green Pastures, Flame Orange, and Black. And the New Balance 740, for those that aren't familiar with it, was originally released as a performance running shoe, but it was reintroduced last year, featuring more casual tooling with this midsole-outsole combination taken from the New Balance 530. So jumping into the details of the shoe itself, starting things off with the toe box, this is covered in a gradient style mesh, which goes from more of a lighter green to a slightly darker green at the edge. Right above this, we have this green colored synthetic leather with the New Balance N logo. Overlaid on top of the toe box on the medial side, we have another synthetic leather layer here. This is done in more of a pale yellowish green color. And then we have a more vibrant light green colored overlay surrounding the front toe cap and the lateral side. Covering the eyelets, we have more synthetic leather, and then the middle two eyelets, this incorporates these woven loops, which helps to secure your laces in place. Underneath this, we have more of that gradient style mesh. And then stitched on top of this, we have the New Balance N logo. This is reflective in nature and it's done in this metallic green finish. Moving downwards, we have more mesh, and then we have another large synthetic leather overlay, which covers the back of the shoe. On the lateral side, we have 740 branding. And then beneath this, we have this textured dark green synthetic leather, along with this tightly woven dark green colored nylon. And then in the center of the heel, we have this gold and black NB New Balance branding. As far as the laces go, so this pair comes with two different lace options. The standard lace that they come with, and the one that I prefer the most, are these rope style laces done in this pale yellowish green color, but they have these metallic lace tips giving the shoe more of a premium feel and finish. But if you don't like these laces, they come with an oval shaped green colored lace as well. Beneath this, we have a mesh tongue, which is colored in this very bright and bold orange colored tone. And then running down the top of the tongue, we have this strip of synthetic leather. This is done in more of a bronze color, and we have New Balance 740 branding done in black. So the interior of the shoe is covered in this mesh liner in this very pale yellowish green color. And then for the insoles, paying homage to wine bottles, we have a cork lined insole, and we have New Balance running branding pressed onto the heel in black. So the upper of the New Balance 740, or this newer version, it features a full-length Abzorb foam midsole. And this is a very chunky midsole that you've probably seen before on the New Balance 530. So the entire midsole in this case is painted in a very dark green color. We have this jeweled Abzorb branding visible on the lateral heel. And then for the outsole, this is constructed primarily out of a black colored rubber. We have these grooves on the forefoot to give you some added flexibility. And then on the heel, you can see these cutaways revealing the Abzorb foam that sits within the midsole itself. So that breaks down the look and the construction of this pair. And for those wondering about how these fit, so in my case, I'm a true size 10, slightly on the wider side. I got these in a size 10 and they fit me very comfortably. I feel like if you have a narrow foot and you like an exact, really snug one-to-one fit, you might be able to go a half size down, but for the majority of people out there, just sticking with your true size, it should fit you fine. To give you guys a point of comparison, I also wear a size 10 in other New Balance silhouettes like the 860 V2, 1906R, 2002R, 991 and 1500, whereas I usually go a half size down to a 9.5 in a lot of the made in USA models like the 990 series, 992 and the 993. Moving on to the comfort of this shoe. So all in all, I think that this is a decently comfortable shoe, but for the price point that you're paying. So it's not going to be as comfortable as like a 990 V6, a 991 V2. It feels pretty basic underfoot in that you don't feel a tremendous amount of softness straight out of the box. But again, for a shoe that's $120 US, I think the comfort is adequate. I think over time, the more you wear this sort of sneaker, the more the midsole will break in and the more comfortable it'll feel over time. But my initial impression is just sticking my foot inside here. I'd say that it was comfortable, but it wasn't mind-blowingly comfortable. One thing I do like though is that the upper of the shoe is extremely lightweight, so it feels quite light and very airy. So that's a great thing if you're gonna wear these in the hotter summer months. Lastly, in terms of the quality and the overall craftsmanship on this pair, so first off, the material quality was really nothing special. Everything on this sneaker feels like it's just synthetic materials, so we just have a bunch of synthetic leathers, nylons, and things like that. There's no actual high quality, genuine materials on this shoe. But given the price point of $120, it wasn't really a surprise. The build of the shoe I thought was fine. With the stitching, there were some long strings that I had to trim down myself, but aside from that, the panels were consistently shaped and cut. There was no rippling or warping of the mesh on my pairs at least, so I had no complaints whatsoever about the overall build quality. So with all of that out of the way now, let me toss these on feet, I'll lace them up for you, and let's show you guys how these look. All in all, this is a very unique colorway, and I think this whole champagne or wine pack from Cncpts, they work together really well in a strange and unique way. Both the Saunier and the Brut colorways, they're not your traditional safe colors, but I applaud Cncpts for going outside of the box to create two very special colorways that sort of fit like a common theme. So this is not going to be a shoe that I'm going to be wearing a lot, but like I've mentioned, I like the uniqueness of the color combination, especially this gradient style mesh. So I think for the right place and for the right time, this shoe has a place in my rotation. But for you guys, I guess it just comes down to your personal taste. What do you guys think about this colorway? Can you see yourself rocking this in the long term? Is it not really your thing? However you feel, leave your thoughts down below and let's talk about it. And as usual, if you guys enjoy this review, be sure to like, comment, and subscribe to my channel if you haven't yet. You can follow me on Instagram at esco8, check me out on X at sean.go_spoutout, and visit my website as well at seango.ca. So thank you everyone for watching. Hopefully you guys enjoyed this review, and I'll catch all of you in my next video.